once more to my YouTube channel. Tonight we discuss the topic on things and time change. Things and time really change. What's your opinion on the topic? Things and time really change. What are your thoughts on the topic tonight? Things and time really change. Yes, trust me, it does. Things and time really change. You know, what are your thoughts on the topic? You know, I want to hear your thoughts tonight because really and truly, things and time really change. hmm Things and time really change, my dear. So let us discuss this interesting topic tonight, and talk up your experience. Talk up your experience tonight, as we move forward with this channel. Talk up your experience. Earlier, we had a little discussion there earlier. Make we chat. Sunday. Well, tonight, the topic is tonight, things and time change. And trust me, don't tell me that things and time hasn't changed for you, because it changed a whole lot. You know, things and time really change a whole lot. My technical director is a bit busy right now, so therefore she is taking care of her own stuff right now. So there are some things that I have to do on my own, like right now, to set the pace to make sure, all that I'm doing right now, we're ready for viewing and broadcasting. Yes, things and time really change. What are your thoughts on the topic? Come make we talk, because it's basically just a little, it's basically the same thing that we were discussing earlier today, or should I say earlier this evening, about things and time. you know can you trust your kids, or can you trust your neighbor to let your kids go to visit? Hi, Olivia. Welcome back. Welcome back. Well, little time you spent on here is very vital and really appreciated. And hug your brother for me and tell him I said I love him. Because he's my little cousin. So you tell him I said I love him and he must just stay away from trouble, okay? Yes, things and time really change. Yes, that's the topic for tonight. How are you though, Olivia? How is the little one? How is she doing? I hope she's getting ready to eat some food, like some hard food, you know? And hope she's not distressing your breast. Even though they said breastfeed at X time is good, but remember that, you are very young. You don't want them breasts to stretch out like slippers. So you gotta know when it's time, when enough is enough, you know? So things and time change is what we're gonna discuss tonight. Things and time has changed. That's the topic for tonight. How much so does things and time change for you? How much so does it change for you? You know? How much so does it change for you? How much so? Things and time change. Life changes. Things changes. How much so does things change for you though? So let us all discuss this topic, my dear. This topic that some of us have weighing us down. Yes. Can you trust your child to send your child alone on the street? Can you trust your neighbor to overlook your child for you? You know? Can you do all of that to ensure that your child is safe? Can you go out at night and ask your child, your neighbor, to take care of the child for you? How so? Because things and time has changed. Can we all do that? Hi, Vivek Technical 45. Vivek Technical 45, welcome, welcome, welcome to Talk Up Your Experience. I am grateful to have you, you know. Welcome, welcome. You are truly welcome, my dear. Olivia, I love you, my cousin. Welcome back. Welcome back. Yes, Vivek, or Vivek. I don't know how you pronounce your name, Technical 45. You know, I really appreciate you on my channel tonight. Our topic tonight is things and time has changed. Can you trust your son? Can you trust your neighbor with your little your little, 5-year-old son? Can you trust your son to go to school? You're hearing in my channel here, you're picking up. Can you trust your children to be home alone? You know? Things and time change. The discussion we are hearing in the channel tonight, we don't want it in the channel. Yes. Things and time change. Jesus. Can you trust for your child to be alone at home? Is it safe? Is it safe for you to leave your child alone at home? And why so? Why so? You know? Let us discuss this topic tonight as we move forward in Talk Up Your Experience on my YouTube channel tonight. Talk up your experience tonight on my YouTube channel. Like, comment, subscribe. Like, comment, and subscribe as we go live in this chat. As we go live in this chat. How so? You can, place your comment in the comment section. If you have my number, you can call and we can discuss this topic. We can discuss this topic that plaguing a lot of parents. A lot of us parents. Let us get to the bottom of this. Can you trust your child with your neighbor? How safe is it to send them out alone to go have fun with their other peers, with their peers? How safe is it? Can you trust them? Because things and time change. How safe is it? Let us all discuss this topic tonight as we tried to move forward right here and now. Get in the comment section and let us start talking. Yes, let us start talking. Yes. We gonna start talking tonight. We gonna talk up the things then. Let us start. We wanna hear Vivek Vivek Technical 45. I don't understand what you're saying. You said moderator banner do. Don't know if that's a different language. I only speak English. Do moderator banner do. Support me. You support me and I support you, my dear. If that's what you're saying, we support each other. Yes. So, what do you want me to support you on? Is it a YouTube channel you have? If you have a YouTube channel, then we support each other, you know? Because that's what we do. We help, we try to grow each other in whatever way best for us. So, you give me the support and I give you the support, you know? Yes, let us discuss this topic tonight. Yeah, technical topic. Back then, I remember, it's a story I always tell, that I go on the beach, and when I go on the beach, I lay on top of a boat. A boat was turned down, and I lay on the back of it because it turned down, and I fell asleep under the almond tree on the seaside. And I slept for the entire day. And I woke up and went home. And my only problem was, where are you coming from? That's the question my parents ask. Excuse me. We didn't, we at them in those days, we didn't have fear. We only heard about people that are of unsound mind back then. We didn't have to fear about our neighbors gonna interfere with our children. We didn't have that fear back then. The only fear we had was persons in the community that are of unsound mind who we think might attack us as children on the street. We didn't have nobody to disturb us while we were growing up because they think that we are young and pretty or young and looking good for our young age, or they think that we are ready to get involved. We didn't have that kind of disturbance as children growing up. We grow up pretty much like kids supposed to grow up. But is that happening in today's world? Are we facing that now? What kind of world are we living in? Because a whole lot of thing has changed. A whole lot of thing has changed since then. Things and time has changed. What are your thoughts on it? Join me in the comment section and let us discuss it. And if you have my number, let us discuss this topic. Let us discuss this topic. Can you leave your children with your neighbor? Can you even let your neighbor know that you leave a child at home, even if the child is 18 years old? Can you even let your neighbor know that your child is alone at home? Is it safe to do so? And how safe is it to do so? How safe is it to do so? Let us discuss this topic. Come on. Texting, calling. Let's move along. As we discuss this topic right now, it is very vital for us to discuss. Let me see if I can get someone who I'm sure will talk if they get the time to talk. That person was here earlier this evening and she might not come on because she have to get up early in the morning. And we're talking about getting up at 1 a.m., 1:30, somewhere there between 1:30 and 2 to go to work in the morning. So let's see if I can get her. If not, I understand because I know she has to work and, time is against her sometimes. Yes, things and time change. Things and time has changed. So her phone, hey, okay. Okay, all right. Put on your live and let them listen. All right, just put the live somewhere there and let them listen. I know you can't talk. I know you can't talk because you have visitors. That's fine. I was just, yes, just log in. Just log in. That's what I'm saying. Log in. Right, right. All right. You have a good one. All right, cool. See, whenever she can, she comes on, but she has visitor at home. So this 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 topic, no, she cannot discuss on this topic because she has visitor at home, and then by the time everybody left, maybe the show is over, you know. Let me see if I get through to someone else who I know will talk up the things then. God, those are the people I call, you know, people who I know will talk up the things then. People who are not afraid to talk. Talk up your experience. Yes. This person might be busy also because it's Sunday night. It's Holy Sunday night. Yes. Tomorrow is Easter Monday. And you know, Jamaicans, they celebrate a lot of, they celebrate all the holidays there. It's unlike here where they celebrate only a few. In Jamaica, all holidays are observed and celebrated. So if you need a happy place to be and a happy place to live where you can celebrate all the holiday, and if you work you get paid for all the holidays, you have to go to Jamaica. You get paid for every holiday double, and you celebrate every holiday accordingly. Yes, it is really, Jamaica is really a happy place. Mind your own business and have your money in your pocket, you live long. That's what I can say, you know, very much what I can say, you know. Yes. Well, I see that voice message, but I can't listen it right now because I'm on my live. And if I listen to that voice message, whatever you're saying will maybe go in that, in my live. So I do understand you're maybe busy or something. You can't come on right now. So talk up the things them, no man. Can you leave your kids at home to be alone and don't have to worry about the man coming in next door or the lady coming in from next door to interfere with them? You know? Can you trust your children to go out and party these days? Is it safe? Is it safe to do so? And when did we get here? When did we get here? To the point where we can't even let our children go outside to play with our neighbors' children. When did we get here? What happened? You know? What happened? What causes this? When did we get to this point where we can't leave our children alone at home, even if they are at the age where they can be left alone? Back then, all we were afraid of was the children starting a fire or they fight with each other. We could leave them and tell Miss Jane to look after our children. Now Miss Jane is afraid Because, and then you cannot even trust Miss Jane. You could leave and tell Miss Jane to give a high on your kids, and Miss Jane would be at home peeping out on your children. But no, you can't do that. When did we get here? When did we get here? What happened? Are we at lost? All right, this person called back, but for some reason this person might be busy and can't respond back to me. And I am going to call another person right now. All right, so we can discuss this topic, because this topic is affecting all of us, you know. This is affecting all of us. And no matter how you shy from it, it is affecting all of us. Hello, my dear. I am back on your case again. Yes. The topic tonight is the topic tonight is can you leave your kids and go out? You know, when did we get here? Did we get to this where you can you leave your kids and go out, leave them alone? Things and time has changed. So I'm asking for this, well, I'm having a discussion on it, so I'm asking for participants. So I call you if you want to voice your opinion on the topic right now. You're not live yet. You know, I have to get your consent before I put you on the live. Well, things and time has changed. You know, what can you do the same like what we like before back then? You want to go on the live? No, the topic is things and time has changed. Okay. Back then we could, let me put you on the live and then I'll explain it more. Back then, you're live. Back then, we could have leave our kids alone at home, or we as children, parents could leave us alone at home and don't worry about Mr. Neighbor to come in and touch our kids, and kids could go freely on the street. Kids could go to school and you don't have to worry about them not returning home. So back then we didn't have the problem that we have now. So a lot has
And I
changed.
still believe that back then it was happening. It's just that most time it was not reported. But still that are happening and now used to happen back then as well. I believe.
But
Yep.
I remember back then, we didn't use we. It's like growing up as a child in the community. The only thing we feared was men of unsound mind would, you know, we go into the shop or go into the store or wherever, and then, you know, we would fear at that person. We didn't have those kind of problem that we have today.
Yeah, and it's depending on where you're from and depending on how close knitted your community is. But it has always been around. It's just that it was underreported.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Was
So,
underreported. It was kept a secret. If it is that
mhm,
it is known, it was kept a secret, but it
mhm.
has always been around.
Okay.
Yeah, and because of social media,
Yes.
we have more access to stuff that's happening.
So you think that because social media
We have
combine now, a lot of things has been exposed, a lot of
has been
secrecy.
exposed.
Yes,
Secret has been exposed,
and persons,
right?
the children of today's generation are speaking out now.
Um, And if it is that they're not even speaking out, if it is once upon a time, probably we would have more confidence. So if it is that this person know about it, they would probably kept quiet.
Mm-hmm.
But nowadays, it's not being kept for some reason. It's
Oh.
not being kept, which I don't believe in keeping secret. I believe in exposing the culprits.
Yes, Delia
Yep.
said my children
But
love
it
fight
happened.
once you touch them in a certain way. All hell broke loose, the fight start. Yes, Delia,
Mm-hmm.
that's true. Mm-hmm. Yes, sorry about that, my dear. Go ahead.
You good. Yeah, so I believe it's just that we're being more it's more it's being reported more. So we have more access to information, but it has always
Mm-hmm.
been happening.
Oh, wow.
Maybe not so widespread,
Mm-hmm.
but it has always been around.
Okay.
It's even growing up in our community. I remember a case. I remember a case whereby even in primary school, there
Mm-hmm.
was this girl that was raped from my class. She was raped
Wow.
and murdered.
Wow.
And yeah, I remember. Yeah, I think her name was
Don't call no
Mary,
name. Don't
something
call
like
no
that.
name.
Oh
Don't
yeah, yeah,
don't
yeah.
call no name.
So it has always been around. It
Wow.
has always been around. Yep. And I remember my grandmother used to tell us. I think she used to call them black heart man. Like she would say,
Yes,
"Be
yes,
careful."
those were the people we always heard about, Blackheart.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of Blackheart people, it's like they said that persons would come and kill you and drain your blood, and sometimes they said catch a man, come in, where they kill you and drain your blood. Like they said, blood bank is short. Those are the things that we were told as children growing up. We were afraid of those people when they said blood bank is short and they are killing people and drain the blood and sell it to the blood bank.
Yeah, probably that's just as
Yeah, those are the things that we were fear as children growing up. But
and we
for
don't even know what happened. It's just that we were told this is what happened. It's just
right,
that
but
kids
for
disappeared
yes,
and
but for our parents leaving us alone at home, we it's like I don't remember of hearing about anything or go wrong with leaving children alone at home
what
or
happened, the
even
difference, though, I believe the difference too has to be back then we had much more siblings.
mhm
So they would probably not be able to have the opportunity because there's so the number of persons or the number of
mhm
kids that are there, so they wouldn't be so barefaced. But in parents are having like less kids now,
mhm
so you probably when we're left alone with other siblings, and
yes
each siblings are like 2 years apart. So
yes
if it is that we were left alone with five siblings,
mhm
and I am five, the oldest one is would be 10.
yes
5 times, right? So you it's not like you're alone. You wouldn't be alone. So
mhm
I guess the chance is just never presented itself because we
yes
are always together.
yes
But people been evil from day one, from back in the Bible, from
yes
Bible days. People been evil.
wow
It's just
wow
that it's more now. I believe that it is more now.
it was
More
written,
persons. Yeah, more persons have gone the wrong way now, but
yes
there's more in numbers. But it has
mhm
always been.
yes
Yeah, that's my humble
wow
opinion. Yep, and I believe that stuff just never got reported. But
okay
remember back in the day, there was a lot of teenage pregnancy just the same.
yes yes
Lots of teenagers, they don't even know their fathers. We don't even
yes
know if an adult or if it is
mhm
someone their age group who impregnate them.
right
So it has always been a case. That's
wow
all in my opinion.
okay. Well, I thank you so much for joining me
Hmm.
once more.
No problem.
Thank you, my
Take
dear,
care.
for joining me once more on this interesting topic.
Yep.
Things and
Anytime.
time has changed. This is Talk Up Your Experience. Thank
Hmm.
you, my dear. Have a
You're
good
welcome.
night.
Take care.
Keep watching. Keep
All
watching.
right, I will.
Okay. Yes. The young lady said her piece. She said she think that it was happening back then, but because it wasn't being reported, and that is why we think that it wasn't happening then. You know? Let me hear your thoughts on the topic. Give me your opinion, you know? Even in the comment section. Call me or comment and let us talk about this. Hello, my dear. Yes, we are on the YouTube live tonight and we're discussing the topic things and time change. You want to go on the live to voice your opinion on what's going on back then compared to now? Yes, my dear. You're live.
Mm-hmm.
What's your take on the topic?
Yes,
Things
hello.
and time
Is
change.
it things and time change in
Mm-hmm.
terms of you're saying we can't leave our kids at home?
Right? Things you could
Well,
have done back then, you can't do it now.
I am still scared. Back then, or no, things used to happen back then and still happening now. I guess the difference is a lot of things was covered up, you know.
Yes.
Growing up in certain household,
Mm-hmm.
um, persons were, I don't know what to say. Persons didn't want to, talk about
They
things
didn't
that
want to
happen
speak up.
in the house. So, no, they didn't want to talk up about stuff
They
that
rather
are
cover
happening in
up.
the
They
house.
rather
So,
covered up.
yes, sweep it under the rug, so to speak. So that's what
Yes.
has been happening.
Yes.
So, it changed now because we are now, I guess we're educated on a lot of things. Because growing up, I didn't even understand a lot about even bad touch.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we're now being educated to educate our children on
Right.
certain touches, certain,
Right.
when you leave your child at home. Certain people used to say, you not question them when them come home. Question them.
Mm-hmm.
Ask them question when them come home. We're
Yes.
not afraid. Like, oh, time days they no more no question them,
Yes.
because they were so trusting back then. I guess they were more
Yes.
trusting.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was more trusting. I could left
Yes.
them with the auntie and uncle. But the truth
Mm-hmm.
is, those are the ones that were usually hurting our children.
Wow.
But because they're, I don't know if it's the shame. I
Yes.
don't know if it was the shame of it.
Yes.
So a lot of person wasn't saying anything, or they know your mommy know, but
Yes.
because it's our brother, or it's because of the
Yes.
stepdad, or
Delia
because of the
said,
father, the shame on the family.
Delia said, hold a second. Delia said back then was way better than now. In this time you are inside and there's still a lot of fear in you. Yes, that's true in terms of what's going on in and around us, Delia. That's
Mm,
true.
yes,
Yes, yes,
well,
dear.
and I
Continue.
guess, I don't know, I guess probably no. They're more blatant or barefaced with things that they're doing, or like they don't care. Because,
Mm-hmm.
now we have so many things, cameras around, and person just
Yeah.
still doing stuff. We're looking back at the camera, we're seeing they taking away 9-year-old, you
Mm-hmm.
know, in broad daylight, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, as
Mm-hmm.
I said, these things has been happening a long time. It's just that,
It
the,
never
the,
come
the
to
thing,
come to light. It wasn't being
right?
reported.
Right. It
Wow.
wasn't being reported. I
English
don't know what
expert
happened back
grow.
then.
Yes, they do change.
Mhm.
Welcome, English expert. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Mhm. So yeah.
Yes. Wow. Listen, no, man. I believe back then, a lot of things, sweep under the carpet back then. I believe back then a lot
Exactly.
of things that we are exposed to now, we didn't have
Mhm.
those resources in order to go and
No.
complain. We couldn't go out and, when we talk about stuff, our parents weren't educated either, you
And
know?
they weren't educated, and they sometimes I don't know that they don't believe. Like I don't know that they don't believe you back then. They
Mm-hmm.
believe in now, because we're seeing a lot of things happening, and our eyes are being open right now. But back then, you cannot believe. You said daddy did something, uncle did something, brother did something. The parents, I don't know if it's believe they don't want to believe, or I don't know if because the stepdad probably was bringing in, like, I don't know, money, or they, taking care of the household, they don't want to lose that. But most of the time, children were not even talking out because they're not being heard.
Right.
And I guess they're, the voice being heard now because we have as I say, we're more educated on a lot of things, and we're educating them now. A lot of things are being taught now in school or, in churches and community that are helping our children right now.
Vivek is
But
asking for a
children, we never used to
moderator.
talk about.
First of all, I didn't know you guys don't give moderator. I can give Vivek moderator, and I don't know Vivek. It's the first I'm seeing Vivek on this platform. Then I've asked the host moderator to at other lives. She complained me. Okay, I don't even understand. Yeah, go ahead, my dear.
Right. So I'm just saying that things and time change.
Yes.
I guess when we were smaller, things were happening, but because we weren't being, aware of it or educated on it, we just kind of lived then because, yes, I understand what you're saying. I used to go outside. I used to play. I was outside. No, I'm scared. My son just recently is 18, and he went just up the road, and, for him to come back so late, but work the whole night, I can't sleep. Even though I guess it's natural for a mother, but, I always think that, boy, the wrong company or just somebody going to sit them out there and stop them or
do you
something
think that
going
our
to happen.
parents was worried like that, know about us, or they were just worried because they think that something we might stop and being idle? Shereen Adams said teachers are being trained to recognize the symptoms of abuse and report them accordingly. That's true.
Right. So that is the thing. So back then we weren't trained. That again, teachers probably weren't trained. Parents, they don't know to see the signs. They just think that this child is acting up when
English
something
expert
has
bro,
been
we need
happening.
all the Filipino pass jacket without any requirement. What do you mean? Go ahead, my dear. That's all we do. We read in between the comments while they come in, because
Yeah,
we
that's
we
okay. Right.
entertain
So
those that are commenting, because we don't have a number for anyone to call in.
But I get it, right? So I don't know. I said things and time it changed in a sense. I guess because we're more aware now, as I said before, and as again, social media is helping us to do that. A lot of things that we never even hear about. We start to see it every day as we go on the phone. We say, "Whoa, this is happening!" We can actually see a video of something like that happening. But I don't think it stopped them because they're still doing it. They're still doing it. It's still they're still doing it. Is even though they're more exposed, they're still doing certain things. As I said, but then certain things we never hear about, and now we're learning about a lot of stuff. Wow. So yeah, that's just my little 2 cents.
And I thank you so much for calling in, and participated in this in this program. I really appreciate it, my dear. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Thank you
You're
very much.
welcome.
Please continue to watch the live, and continue to call in and give us your support. Really appreciate it.
No problem.
Yes, respect, man. Love and thanks.
Will do.
Love and thanks. Yes.
No problem. Alrighty then. Cool.
Yes. Yes. This is Talk Up Your Experience. We have, for those who have the number, can call in. For those who don't, you can comment, like English Expert Grow is saying. Usually we are visiting them for what they don't watch our videos, share nothing, then why should we keep doing support continuously? What is that? English Expert, what are you talking about? I guess you must have a debate on it. What are you talking about, English Expert? What are you talking about? Are you over here attacking me? Or are you talking to the person Vivek. I'm not sure because I can't give moderator to someone who I have seen for the first or the second time on my wall. My audience is not big, so I know all that commented on in this audience. And if you came on last night and expect for me to give moderator to you tonight, then no, you can't. I moderate my own program. All I'm expecting of you to do is to watch, comment, and oh, I'm sorry, I'm not really attacking you. I thought you were referring to me. Just leave them, let them stay. Don't argue with them, my dear. It's okay. I welcome each and every one, but like I said, I can't give moderator to persons who come in on my show for the very first time. I've never seen that person on this show before. So that person is asking for moderator. I can't. I moderate my own show, you know? I moderate my own show. I don't even know if that person have even subscribed to my channel. Delia said, good night, everyone. It's time to get in my bed. Early movement. Catch up with y'all tomorrow. Was nice listening to y'all. Stay safe and keep it real and clean, please. Peace out. All right, Delia, you have a good one and be safe out there on the road, my dear. Be safe. God bless you. Yes. Yes, English expert. I can't give moderator to this person who just coming in on the live for the first time. I have never seen this person before. So don't even argue with that person, you know? So, let us move on from here. We're not arguing with anyone. We're not quarreling with anyone. We are peacemaker over here. So, what are your thoughts though, English expert, on the topic? What are your thoughts on the topic? Things and time change. It don't have to be, your thoughts don't have to be on the fact that we can't leave our children. It could be anything that was happening back then and happening and not happening now. Let us hear your thoughts on it. Okay. Yeah, this person, they have something going on and she can't, she's in a noisy place. So let me respond to this person. Said she's in a noisy place, kite festival going on back home, you know. Yes, English expert, you said see you soon. What are your thoughts on the topic, my dear? Let me see if I can get through to another one of my caller that always join me. So let me see what is her thought on the topic. Queen Winnie, Queen Winnie's World, welcome, welcome Queen Winnie's World. Big up yourself, man. Welcome to Talk Up Your Experience. I have to visit all these channels, These people are people who have their name. They have their YouTube channel and I have to visit them at some point in time. I should have a pen to write down all these people's names so I can go visit, Thanks for joining me, Queen Winnie's World, and talk up your experience. It's a blessing to have you guys here. Yes, I really appreciate you, Yes, I can't do that. I can't do that. No, I'm not giving nobody no moderator to connect. with anybody, you know. I can't do that. Carla, you know how to do this moderator thing, you know. Yes, 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 guys, yes. What are your thoughts, guys, on the topic, though? What are your thoughts on the topic? You know, the topic tonight is things and time change. What are your thoughts on it? We discuss it in the comment section too. You know, I have to write down you guys' name, English Expert Grow, because I have to visit you guys too. Yes. What are your thoughts on the topic? How does things and time change in your opinion, Queen Winnie's? Yes. How does things and time change in your opinion? You have a moderator at my live. I have to visit you guys. You guys visited me. I have to visit you guys too. Because that's how we grow. That's how we roll here. Yes. 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 Get back to the topic. How does things and time change? You know? When I'm done on my live, I will visit you on your channel. It don't necessarily have to be a live, but I'm gonna go visit you. I have it written down here now. So when I'm done, I will go and visit your channel and let you know that I was there. Yes. So, how does the topic for you? How does things and time change? English Expert Grow. How does it change in your opinion? How does things and time change? Winnie's World, Queen Winnie's World, you said drastic. You said drastic, it's like how it used to be. What? You have to explain yourself more, Queen Winnie's. How does it change? In what way drastic does it change? You know? Sooner than our expectation. How sooner? What change? What has changed? As you come on the live, guys, just like up the live for me now. What has changed, you know? What do you see that was happening back then? Or what did you see that wasn't happening back then that has been happening now? What are your thoughts on what and things and time change? How does it change for you? How does it change for you? Yes, those people who we trust, they are the ones who let us down. You know? English expert said those buddies whom we trust. That's true. That's true. They are the ones who let us down, you know? So how? Let us all discuss this topic tonight. How does you know how in what way? Because it's not necessarily persons who you trust, you know. I mean, it could be anybody at all. in our community, what bad habit do you have, English expert Go? In our community, back then, we have people who would look out for us. No, nobody. You said you trust everybody, but I don't trust anybody. That is my thing. You trust everybody, I don't trust anybody, especially with my kids. You know, it's hard to trust people these days. You said, let me see, because it seems as if you said I trust everybody and love and truly love her by heart. Well, it seems as if you trust somebody and that person hurt you. Well, let me tell you something. That is where you go wrong. Yes, you trust and you love, but you see, the thing is this, English. You have to look forward to anything that happen in life, because in this life our trials are many. You understand? And today you see people do stuff today, and then tomorrow there is like different thing, different people you're looking at. The same person you go to bed with today or tomorrow and wake up the next day and is a different person. That person transform into a different person. It makes you wonder. So in this life you have to expect the unexpected. You see, you can be so nice with people, and by the time you turn your back and come back here and open your mouth, they wanna bite off your ears. So you have to ensure right now that you guard your heart. Guard your heart. That's what I have to say. You said you become to know that you're a fool. Don't consider yourself a fool, my dear. You're not a fool. It is okay to love. It is okay to love someone. Just guard your heart. You know? Just when you're going into a relationship, go with an open mind. Just go with an open mind. Because if you don't go with an open mind, you will get hurt in the long run. Make sure you are not the person who hurting the other person. At all times, make sure you are not the person who is hurting the other person. Make sure everything in this you are innocent. You understand? But just go in that relationship with an open mind and you will see result. Open mind. You know? Yes, you're welcome, my dear. You said you appreciate my opinion. You're welcome. You have to guard your heart, my dear. Guard your heart. Especially if you're not too young, you know. Shireen said, how do you love and guard your heart at the same time? Go with a open mind, Shireen. Open mind. Expect the unexpected. Excellent thought. Ever realized before? Go with a open mind. And expect the unexpected. So when it work out in your best interest, then you said, well, I didn't expect this. When it doesn't work out, you said, well, I am hoping for anything, you know. Yeah, you said, well, I am hoping for anything. Guard your heart, my dear, guard your heart. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Excellent thought, ever realized before. That's great. So protect yourself, not be part of those who hurt you. No, don't hurt anyone. It's not nice to hurt people. Don't be someone that go around and hurt people, no matter what. Make sure you don't hurt anyone. If you're gonna enter in a relationship, make sure you enter with all your heart. Well, make sure you enter with a open heart and a open mind, you know. Just make sure you're not the one who gonna hurt the person. Make sure you don't do that, you know. Guard your heart. Yes, that's how it goes, my dear. That's how it goes. My friend dear who I'm calling is not at home. Seems as if she's out of internet range, you know? Yes, I am also saying that we must be one of them who hurt. No, don't hurt people. You don't hurt people because people hurt you. You pray and leave it all to time. Yes, you don't hurt people English. You pray and you leave it to time because when you leave people to time, it is more dangerous than you hurting them. Yes, it is more dangerous than you hurting them when you leave them to time. Never you try to hurt people. Mm-mm. Okay, my dear, thank you so much for stopping by. English Expert Grow says, see you soon. Never you try to hurt people. You leave people to time and time will deal with them. I'm telling you. Time deal with them accordingly. Never you try to hurt people. Don't you dare. Mm-mm. Don't you dare try to hurt people. No, I'm not in agreement with that. Hello, my dear. How are you? Me have one topic here where we are talking. It's like, eh? All right then, my dear. It's no problem. Mm. Yeah, man. Cool. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yes. Yes, man. You said thanks a lot. You strongly agree. Yes, you don't hurt people, man. You leave people to time. You know? Time. Because God and time. God and time. Because when you leave people to time, God work on them case. God work on them case. You understand? And when God a work on them case and God a beat people, nothing pretty. Don't make God beat you. 'Cause when God a beat you, not pretty. Yes. Things and time change. How so? How does things and time change? Like, today we discussed the topic when back then how they have this rice. Back then they call deliverance rice. When we were kids growing up. Alright, English expert. Big up yourself. When they have this topic they have this rice they call deliverance rice. And back then we couldn't get no rice. But guess what happened? My parents used to be a farmer, so we didn't have problem to get food to eat. My parents used to plant everything that you can think of back then. And she plant cabbage, she plant pak chai, she plant callaloo, she plant all kind of vegetable, tomato, pumpkin, yam, dasheen, banana, everything. And then breadfruit was on tree back then. So we didn't know what it was like to be hungry even though things were scarce. We have never gone to our bed at no time at all without eating. So back then, you know, people tend to marry things in the store or in the shop. Back then, rice have to married with something and flour married with cornmeal. You can't get a pound of flour unless you're buying another pound of cornmeal. And if you're buying chicken, you have to get chicken with the oil. Mostly back then we used to buy live fowl. You go, Miss Mary Jane next door have her chicken coop and she have a set of chicken, and she tell you when she's gonna kill them, and you go and you buy a live fowl from the person and you take it home, kill it yourself and cook it. That's how I know it used to be back then. So a lot of things changed since then, because people don't really go and buy live fowl anymore. You have to kill that fowl or kill the chicken after you raise them. Clean them up properly and sell to people. Cause nobody not buying no one live fowl now. Back then you go see Miss Mary Jane with all 10 fowl in a coop and them sell, you go here, you tell them say, well, they come to buy one chicken. And then go in a fowl coop and then catch one and weigh it with feather, everybody weigh it live as it is and sell you. And you go carry home and you go kill it and cook and eat. Now them things they not happen again. No, 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 no. Those things don't happen anymore. Mm-mm. Those things doesn't happen at all, at all, at all, at all, at all. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. So hence that's the reason why we have the topic. Things and time has changed. What are your thoughts on it? You know? Yes, things and time has changed. A lot of things has changed since then. A whole lot. A whole lot of things have changed. Not the same anymore. It's not only that we can't leave our children and persons, we can't trust people. It's not only that. A lot more things has changed since then. A lot, a lot, a lot. I remember growing up as children, you know, coming from church and straight in the dance when we come, when the church, when the chuck, we used to go to church, crusade in a chuck. And then by the time the truck leave us off at the crossroad, there was dance going on out there and we just turned in the dance hall. We didn't know any better then. We just coming in from praising God. Back then, they didn't keep a dance unless they play some gospel. They start the dance with gospel and they end it with gospel. A whole lot of things used to happen back then. So, it's like a lot of things has changed. A lot of things has changed. You don't have you don't have persons cook dinner and send it with their kids to give Miss Jane anymore. That doesn't happen because everybody watching their pocket now. Everybody go to the store. Everybody go to the store, and when they go to the store, they buy the grocery and they pinch it because things and time has changed. Everything gets so expensive. But look at it this way. If things get so expensive, but look back then. The money you used to work then, you don't work it. You work way more now. So things change according to time. Things change according to time. You know? So that's just the thing. Things and time has changed. Sorry. And things change according to time. And it move with the time. Everything has moved with the time. Mm. So that is one of the things that we have to look into. How much things and time change. You see it? Yeah, man. A whole lot of things change in our lifetime. Whole lot. Whole lot of things has changed. Sorry, in our lifetime. And a lot of people will look back and say things were better then. But I don't see how things were better back then. I don't see how better things were back then. Mm-mm. You tell me how you see things, how better things were back then than it is now. Mm-mm. Yes, you tell me how better things were then than it is now. Because back then, we only had chicken to eat on Sundays. We eat vegetable during the week till we puke. And now, we eat chicken Monday to Monday, Sunday to Sunday, Tuesday to Tuesday, Wednesday to Wednesday. You can eat beef, pork, mutton now anytime you want. So you're gonna tell me that things and time hasn't changed? A whole lot of things have changed since then. A whole lot of things has changed. A whole lot has changed. You can go to the store and you can buy anything you want. You know? You can go to the store and you can buy anything you want. No. Back then, you could only buy the basic. Parents could only buy the basic. Back then. So you're gonna tell me now that things and time hasn't changed? Things and time has changed a whole lot. No. I just believe when it comes to leaving our children alone and trusting people with our kids, like the other callers had said, it's just that you couldn't, it weren't reported. But a whole lot of things has changed since then. A whole lot of things has changed since then. A whole lot of things has changed since then. Whole lot. And when I said a whole lot, I mean a whole lot has changed since then. Because I remember the struggle that our parents face. We face struggle, but we don't face that kind of struggle. We face struggle, but that kind of struggle we don't face. You know? We don't. I remember back then, we could, at school, it's only certain children would pass the common entrance to go to high school. So the high school weren't that full like it is today. And even though they said certain parish back home is well, not certain parish, but in back home they said it's getting, the country is getting underpopulated because people not having kids anymore, but the schools are flowing with children just the same. So back then in our time, that wasn't happening. That didn't happen. So a lot of things has changed since then. A lot has changed since then. Back then, when they have common entrance in school, certain children pass common entrance. You have like one from a certain school, two from a certain school, So the high school like Titchfield High School and St. Mary's High School and all them other high school in Jamaica weren't that overpopulated as it is now. You know? Back then, when you look, only certain children could go to college. Now anybody can go to college and university. Anybody. So a lot of things has changed. A lot has changed since then. A whole lot has changed. You see, whole lot of things has changed since then. We don't see it. Sometimes we don't see it. Because guess what? The children of today will never know. Because their parents not open up to them and tell them of the things that used to happen back then. They only going moving forward, so the children doesn't even have a insight on what their parents passed through and what used to happen back then. You know, things and time has changed. We used to use genie floor polish to clean our house. The wax genie floor polish and Rexo floor polish, the wax one where you get on your knee with a piece of cloth or sponge and you start to spread it on the floor, and then you use the coconut brush to shine your floor. I don't even think they make those polish anymore. And when your parents come home, make sure say she can comb her hair in the floor. In other words, make sure the floor is so shine that she can see her face through it. Things and time has changed. People don't put in those kind of flooring anymore in the house. People don't use those kind of flooring anymore. I don't even know if those polish is made anymore. I think those gone in is like I think those gone extinct. A whole lot of things has changed. Whole lot of things has changed. Things and time change big time. You know? Back then, a whole lot of things changed, man. Whole heap of things has changed. You hear the lady talk about the wood fire today? Nobody now really use wood fire anymore. You understand? Things change. I don't think is there anyone that is using wood fire today's day, in today's generation. You know? A whole lot of things has changed. Whole lot of things has changed. Yes. People them gone to party, they're not responding to their phone. A whole lot of things have changed. Things and time change, man. Yeah. Back then, you could go to the shop and you buy half pound of this and half pound of that. You go to the shop today, they and ask for half pound of this and that, and they look at you like, where the hell are you from? Are you really living in this world? Yes. Are you even living in this world? Are you of this world to come into the store to buy half pound of flour? Back then you could get that. That don't sell anymore. You could go to the shop and buy half of a bread. Back then. That don't sell anymore. They would cut a bread in two halves, even in quarters. Back then, they would cut a bread. You could go send your child to school And when you send your child to school, back then, there was this shop, this lady, when I was going to school, you could send to how the bread used to be so nice, you know. Yes, change is the only thing that constantly grows. That's constant. Growth and development is part of life. Embrace the change or be left behind. That's true. That's true, Shireen. That is so true, you know. But like I said, a whole lot of things have been changed. Change is good. Change is good, you know. Change is good. But does a lot of people open up to changes? Does a lot of people open to changes? That's the thing, you know. Does a lot of people open to changes? That's the question, being asked a lot of time, you know. Back then, you have coconut broom to sweep your yard. That doesn't happen anymore. People have to have a broom where they stand straight up and a fan rake to rake the yard. Some people don't even have yard to rake anymore because nobody want a big yard. They rather need a big house than a big yard to rake. Because I'm going to be honest with you, as for me, I don't need a big yard. I just need somewhere where I can park my car and have a big house, so to speak, than having a big yard, you know? So a lot of things has changed since then. A whole lot of things has changed since then. Yeah, whole lot of things have changed since then. Whole lot. Yes, my dear, as we discuss this topic, talk up your experience. Talk up your experience. All my little callers are busy tonight. Some helping the kids, some gone to see if they can make a extra dollar. Back then, you didn't have you didn't have people going to so many parties back then. And guess what happened? Back then, when we were kids growing up and having heard about a party, it would be so, it's like you have to, as kids, we couldn't go to any and every party. It would have to be like this man was playing his music in the district. We call him, he had a sound by the name of King Scotcher International. I think that gentleman died now. He had his sound and he would play in the street sometimes in the district where I'm from. And we would dress up as children and go out. Our parents would allow us if we ask to go. And she would give us time to come inside, to come back home. And we would go to the party and we would have fun and go back home, you know. A lot of things used to happen then than what's happening now. You can't send your kids out these days even with their own friend. Their own friend try to hurt them. Their own friend try to hurt them. People are so afraid right now to send their children out, you know. Let me see if I can get through to Mark if he's not asleep, because Mark always on this program. I haven't called him in a while. Where is Mark number? Yes. That's true. Yes. A lot of things has happened since then. Since we were kids growing up. A lot of changes. A whole lot of changes. Back then, I never forget. People used to boil the coconut to make oil. You never have all of these different brand, but people evolve, and hence the big changes. You know, the country evolve, hence the changes that we're seeing today, which is good because changes are good. And you have to open up to changes because you can't continue in one way. You know, can't continue one way. It's good when you're open to changes. It is very, very important when one, you know, open up to changes. Because changes are always good. Yes. My little caller here seems as if is either she fell asleep or she's not taking the call or she left the phone charging because she does that all the time and gone to dead yard or something. Yes, because it's their time now to go to dead yard, you know. Yes, man. Things and time change. Back then, a whole lot of things used to take place. Miss Mass John Brown back then, you know, had his feel, and back then John Brown would come with callaloo selling, and him sell you a bundle and him a give you one on top of what you buy. Yes, back then my mother used to plant gungo, which you people pretty up the name now and call it pigeon peas. And my mother used to sell the gungo sometimes. And most of the times my mother give the gungo away. Back then. Back then. People used to share their farm produce with their neighbors. Things and time change a whole lot back then. A whole lot of things has happened back then. Things and time has changed, man. Yes. So right now we have come to the end of another live. As we end the live tonight, the topic is things and time change. What are your thoughts on it? I'm leaving you to reminisce on this topic tonight. Things and time change as we go to sleep. For those of us who go into work in the morning, we go to sleep, you know, and hoping that we won't wake up to a huge changes. Oh Lord, let me see if I can get this person one more time. If this person is home, because I know this person is not home because this person's phone is not ringing. Yes. Back then, This person's phone is not ringing, so this person is not home. She may be on the street where she doesn't have the internet to call or take a call. Because this person always join in the comment section back then. Anyway, this is it for another live, guys. As we end the live tonight, talk up your experience. Just meditate on these words. Things and time has changed. We used to can do a lot of things back then. And a lot of things has happened back then that people did not report it. Hence, they get away with it. But because of social media now and people coming forward, people are open up now, more open up. Society has changed. So a lot more people are getting in trouble for the things that they think they could get away with back then. Time catching up on some people. Yes, time is catching up on some people. As we end the live, this is Talk Up Your Experience out of cool New York. It's not cold anymore. It's cool now. I am out. I'm out. I'm out. Good night.